pair, you gain that sort of balance, and it's really one of those technical boats. So we're back up at the start for the women's youth pair. In lane zero, we have Oregon Unlimited. In lane one, we have Eugene Rowing Club. In lane two, we have Oars. In lane three, Gainesville area. In lane four, Montclair. In lane five, Parati A. In lane six, Capital. And in lane seven, Triangle. So Triangle with the fastest time. We'll see the pole is taken.
Some good fist bumps happening between athletes here
Yeah,
while they're polled at the last moment of calm before the start here in the women's youth pair.
Yeah. So one of the things here in the start of the pair is making sure that you go straight, you know. If you have athletes that are not matched in terms of power, whoever is doing the toe has to make sure that they're balancing that. But you want to be able to get out of those blocks and accelerate up to speed. And right now it looks as though Capital is got a slight lead, but they're right there with Triangle.
Yeah, what you're saying too, like, if you're, say you're in bow of a pair, you don't want to press harder than your stroke seat and then just really yank the direction of the shell towards the buoy line. You want to be the straightest line from A to B.
Yeah.
You want to be able to just have your target set on the finish line and not sideways. So really great job on part of these crews to keep the boat straight. Maybe some light adjustments that need to be made in the first 250 meters because they don't have the perspective behind them to kind of center themselves. So this first 250 is pretty tough, but very good job on the part of all 8.
Yeah, and unlike the races, the past couple of races that we've seen, it looks as though all crews are still in contention and will be across that 500-meter mark. It looks as though Capital has gotten out to a bit of a lead, but all of the crews are still there with them.
Just looking at the times from their respective semifinals, we're looking at Triangle and Capital posted about pretty much dead even times.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting to note, that's I think why Capital is trying to get out there early. But then looking at Parati, Montclair, Gainesville, those are all within 1 second of each other, which always is kind of a edge or card you have in your head as you're doing your race. You know that relative distance is only a boat length. So if you're here at this point of the race, right, everyone's within a boat length of each other. You know that you put that margin on a crew earlier in the regatta, whether or not it was side by side or not. But you also know what room you have to make up.
Yeah, and I've just got to say, I am really impressed by the rowing, the level of rowing of these pairs in both the men's and the women's final. I mean, obviously, this is the championship race, but this is just, for youth rowing, this is just an excellent display of both talent and composure right now. It seems as though we've broken into a couple of groups. We have over in lane 4, Montclair, trying to press here. We'll get a better look here. They have pressed right up to that Capital boat, so we'll see in between them if Parati can go along with them. Right now, Triangle is falling off the pace a bit, but they're still right there. So we are starting to have a couple of different tiers start here, but right now, that top spot is still up for grabs.
And then looking a little further back, we see that Gainesville and that darker shell is a little bit open behind the first grouping of 4, but still in striking distance. But this is a great shot here between for Capital and Montclair. They're pretty much neck and neck. Montclair might have the advantage at this point. Probably trying to make a goal of crossing to the 1,000 first. That's sometimes someone's goalpost. And then you just try to hold on and push more.
Yeah, I sort of look at it as sort of this uphill, downhill situation. Like you get to your goal, you're working hard to get to that 1,000, and there you just want to let that momentum carry you downhill. You want to keep the ball rolling and keep moving. Right now, it does look as though Montclair may have been able to inch out. We'll see. It looks as though Parati may be making a move as well to try to close some of that space on Capital.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, then Triangle, still with overlap, still having a chance, a fighting chance for third place. Gainesville, potentially, if something fantastic happens in this last 750, maybe could do something interesting.
And you know that it's the Youth Nats, so something spectacular can happen.
We've seen a lot of crazy things just in this regatta.
Yeah.
So you never know what can occur, and you have to be able to take advantage of any sort of situation. If it's a bobble, turn that into speed. If it's a little bit of a crab, turn that into speed. If it's a move, and maybe there's a little bit of someone starts to go early, it wasn't in the plan, use it and try to get that and translate that into working together as a unit. And working together really well is this crew out in front. Montclair crossing the 1250, 750 meters to go. They now have, I would say, open water over next place Capital, trying to vie for a top 2 finish here at the Youth National Championships.
Yeah, and what I really liked about what we just saw was the extension, the connection, and the lats. They were doing a great job of getting the oar in the water before starting that drive, and it really accelerated. Right now, what we're seeing is this race tightening up once again. We can see over in lane 7, Triangle, Parati in lane 5, and Gainesville, as we said, something amazing can happen in the finals in lane 3 there. So right now we have a look at the lead pack in this race. Montclair has done a great job of getting out on Capital, but right now Parati is putting some pressure on that Capital boat, and Gainesville area is going right along with them.
Yeah, Triangle. Both of the athletes looked over, I think, at the cruise, Parati and Gainesville.
Push it.
Often what's happening in pairs at this point
can do
is
it.
the bow or the stern are looking to say, where are we? What do we need to do? What do we need to do together to move this bow ball out in front? There's no coxswain here to tell you what to do, but you're also not mind readers. So you got to figure out, can you squeak out some sort of verbal cue to your partner that I want to go and I want to go now? Because look at this. We now have Gainesville and Parati neck and neck for a third place position. Triangle still holding on, could potentially surge through. Seeded fastest out of the semis. They're in the near shore lane. They're crossing into the last 250 in about 10 strokes. And they can start to hear the fans and the cheers. They know that when they start to hear that cue, they know they're in the final stretch here of this shot at a final finish in the women's youth pair. They're looking for medals. We see that Montclair still out in front, second place, Capital, but it is Gainesville area, Parati, and Triangle vying for third.
Yeah, and right now Montclair is looking over, just maintaining that lead. They are moving well, but that Gainesville area boat has just taken it up. You can see that Parati is going with them, and it is going to get spicy.
So spicy and so hot here in Sarasota, Florida, and Nathan Penderson Park. Montclair really doing a fantastic job, keeping it clean, keeping out of this fight for third, which is actually turning into a fight for second. Gainesville now gaining ground on second place position, Capital. Then Montclair and Triangle going for third place. Who will it be? We know first if they keep it clean, is Montclair across the line in 5. Gainesville, what a surge. They are now gaining speed for a second place shot, but now we're looking at Capital turning it on as well. But it will be Gainesville, Capital, Triangle, and Parati. Far shore, Oregon Unlimited, and further back will be Oars and Eugene Rowing Club.
Wow, that was such an amazing effort by Montclair to really reel Capital back in, and then Gainesville area. What a finish. They sat there, you said it, you spotted them right there, seeing them say maybe something special can happen, and what a way to end their season, getting that silver medal here at the 2025 Youth National Championships.